Hi there, kiddo. Welcome back. Good to see you. All right, so today we are going to work on paper, and the reason for this is because we are designing. Okay, what does this mean? This means we are first going to make and create a plan on paper before we make something with clay. In other words, I'm going to draw on a two-dimensional surface, and the reason for this is because I'm preparing before I'm going to work in a three-dimensional form with the clay. Right, so taking it from paper to clay. Okay, now we are going to learn how to design a cylinder. Okay, so let's see what is a cylinder. Here I've got a tin which had beans in. Nice. So if I look at top view of this tin, I would see a complete circle. Yes, perfectly round. But as soon as the circle starts moving, the shape changes. Can you see it's squeezing flatter and flatter the upper I go until I go so far that you cannot see the circle anymore. But you know it's a circle because it's a cylinder. So that means cylinder is, I've got a circle on the base and a circle at the top and a side joining these two circles. All right, the circle at the top is exactly the same size as the circle on the bottom. All right, inside I have volume. This contains volume, this empty space in here. All right, so again, there's the circle. I'm not going to draw it like this. I'm going to tilt it, bring it up, and see how this is not a perfect circle anymore. And taking it even further back, can you see an oval? Right. Not seeing a circle anymore. I know it's a circle, but it's not what I'm seeing. I'm going to draw what I want to see. All right. So this is now an oval or ellipse, but let's call it an oval. Okay. And there it's very, very small. And here I can't see anything anymore. All right. And then I've got a straight line and the base. Okay, so the tin, I didn't say, but these curves here indicate that the circle there is the same size as every other circle in this cylinder. Okay, so the cylinder has a straight line in the middle and two circles on the top and bottom. But remember, we're not seeing a full circle, we're seeing an oval. Remember? Right. So let me show you how we design that. First, we're going to start with the length we want our cylinder to be. If I want it very long, this long, longer than the paper, I need to draw it on scale. But for today, I've got an A4 paper, and that should be enough space for designing the actual size that we'll be making with clay. Right, so I'm going to start with the length of my cylinder, a straight line, and perhaps I'll draw that line a bit darker so you can see. There we go. And you'll notice that I've been drawing freehand. There is a ruler nearby, but the ruler is only for measuring. If you want to draw straight lines, you need to practice, all right? Rulers are for measuring, not for drawing straight lines. Okay, so I can measure now that my cylinder is going to be 18 centimeters high. All right, because that's what the ruler is saying. And now for the oval at the top and the bottom, I draw a straight line and I draw another line there. Okay, and the line on top and bottom needs to be the same size because it's a cylinder. If it was different sizes at the top and the bottom, it's not a cylinder, but we're starting with this. So I can measure now that my oval at the top will be the same size as the oval at the bottom, and I put 4 centimeters on this side. Now I've put 4 centimeters on this side, and therefore the whole oval here is 8 centimeters wide. Alright, that means the volume in here, the width of this space is 8 centimeters. This diameter is 8. Alright, and therefore I need to do the same on the bottom because it's a cylinder. Okay, and I'm going to join these lines later, but first I need to draw an oval here, or a fancy name for oval is an ellipse. So let me talk about ellipses. Ellipse is not the shape of an eye. Okay, it is not sharp on the corners. Okay, it's not sharp. It is also not round. Okay, it's also not a round form. It's something in between these two. So these two make a cylinder, top and bottom. Alright, so this is what you're looking for. Perhaps this corner is a little bit sharp. This one is good. Alright, and to get this right, you need to practice. You can draw pages and pages full, and this is what you're looking for. Alright, not sharp, not round, in between the two. Okay, so let's put that oval here. First draw it lightly, makes it a bit easier. You can go over and over until you get it right. And I need to draw it in between these two markings that I've made, okay? Here we go. 1. Draw this one lightly first. Here we go. Right, now I'm going to join these two. Perhaps this one can be a bit flatter. Sorry about that, Missy. Anyway, so now I'm going to join the top and the bottom. So I've drew my oval on the top and I drew the oval at the bottom. Now I need to join because this needs to be a 3-dimensional form. Right, so I'm going to join side to side there, and I'm going to join side to side there. Okay, so this area is the top. So if I had to pour liquid in here, it would go in there. Okay, this is the volume, area containing volume. This line is at the back and this is the bottom. Okay, so now I can measure again and write down my measurements. So I've got 0 to 18, so that means my height of the cylinder from top to bottom is 18 centimeters, and the width from side to side is 8 centimeters. And so I have designed my cylinder, and I'll be using this paper when I'm going to make my 3-dimensional form with clay. So by drawing out drawing with a purpose to plan. I just designed a cylinder. Okay, good. Have fun, enjoy this, do this. It's necessary before we continue with our coil work. Right.